Thomas Gross awoke to a scene of unimaginable horror. His mother lay in a pool of her own blood in the garage. In shock, he approached her, pulled a knife from her neck, and immediately called 911 for help.
Manatee 911.
This is important. My mother is dead.
Your mother's dead?
I think my mother is dead.
Are you with her now?
Yeah, I'm looking at her.
Okay, how old's your mom?
79. She's murdered.
With leads stalling, detectives turned to the one person who had been there from the very beginning.
Yeah, but it was all blood. It was all blood everywhere. Blood underneath her neck and blood over there to my left. I see the dog, Nicky, in the garage. Nicky's like this, and he is licking up, I guess, blood.
At first, the case appeared nearly impossible to crack, with suspicion scattered in every direction. But as the evidence surfaced, it revealed a killer who didn't just hide in the shadows, but stood calmly in the light, waiting to be discovered. On January 23, 2012, the quiet community of Lakewood Ranch, Florida, was shaken by a brutal discovery. Ina Gross, a 78-year-old widow known for her compassion and volunteer work, was found murdered in the garage of her own home. Still grieving the loss of her renowned husband, Samuel Gross, Ina had recently been visited by her son Thomas, who lived in Israel and had come to spend time with his mother during her mourning. She had been stabbed multiple times, and the disorder of the scene suggested a deeply personal crime. With few clear leads, detectives asked Thomas to sit down in the interrogation room, not as a suspect, but to better understand the horrifying events of that day. What emerged were details that would slowly expose hidden secrets, leading investigators down a path that would take 7 years to finally reach the truth.
When my dad passed away, I've still told many different policemen various things today. I don't know whether I've spoken to you or not. I have no idea.
No, I haven't spoken to you before. My name is Stephen Duff.
Hi, Tom Grass. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We should run
For certain.
Yeah. Great minds. When my father passed away, he had been ill. And he had a unique illness. It was, on the one hand, 100% certain he would pass away.
Right.
On the other hand, it didn't prevent him from doing anything. That is, it hit the bone marrow, the cells that grow inside your bone marrow, the red cells, the white cells, and that stuff. So as long as he could get shots and/or transfusions from time to time, it kept him going for 8 months. But we knew he passed away.
Right.
And he told us, and he said that's his profession, and it was very clear, very, very clear. And thank you.
Welcome.
And so I had this unbelievable sadness when it occurred. And I remember eating, like even overeating, because you get just so hungry. So go ahead.
All right, what we want to do is we want to go through exactly what happened yesterday and then last night and then what led up to this morning, okay? From about probably the time you woke up yesterday morning. Yeah, we want to go through the whole day.
Okay. And this is, I have to write this down because it's being recorded, right?
We're recording.
Okay, cool.
All right, but I might take notes if you don't mind.
Yesterday morning is Sunday morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
My sister Ellen, who you met, I'm going back a bit to give you a background, was in Baltimore for business and she was ill. She went there despite having a bad bronchitis. And therefore, neither my mom nor I had an opportunity to see her on Saturday. We made plans and we carried out these plans to see her and Dave on Sunday. We had thought that maybe we would drive up to Lutz, which my mother often does.
Who's Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave is my sister-in-law's husband.
So your brother.
My brother-in-law. You have to do a lot.
That's okay.
However, my sister said she was feeling well enough and that we would meet in St. Petersburg. one of those nice restaurants they have on the water there.
This is yesterday.
Just yesterday. We were originally going to meet them earlier, but Ellen, despite being sick, had some work to do, and it ended up that we met around 1:30, which means we left around 12:30 or 1:45 or whatever. So around 11 o'clock, my mom and I went to do some clothes shopping for my daughter Yulia, which is spelled Y-U-L-I-A. We went to Kohl's in Lakewood Ranch. I don't know exactly where that is, but you guys probably do.
Yes.
And I bought 2 shirts at Kohl's.
This is about 11 o'clock yesterday.
Later, by the time we bought it, it was maybe probably noon. We then returned back to my mom's house, and we picked up the dog Nikki, whom you saw, I think, where you saw the dog, and we drove up to St. Petersburg.
And you took the Honda?
Yeah, the other car's not ours.
Who drove?
I think I did. I think both ways. She drives a lot to see my sister. She drove a lot to see my sister.
That Sunday, Ina Gross moved through her day with the same gentle, untroubled rhythm that defined her life. A compassionate woman who volunteered with the homeless and remained active in her Lakewood Ranch community. Ina had continued forward after the loss of her husband Samuel, a renowned pediatric hematologist who had succumbed to cancer, never imagining it would be her final day.
So
What happened last night when
Okay.
you guys got?
Okay.
You said it was 9:20.
Oh, that's a guess. I mean, the movie ended at 9.
Right.
Okay. So we reheated some chili that I made on Friday night. We had chili. We had iceberg lettuce. My mother likes to drink wine. She had a glass or 2 of white wine. I had a little white wine. I don't drink a lot of wine. At 9:30, there's a program on television she likes. It's called The Good Wife. I went to the couch to watch it. She took the dog out, and then she came back and she watched it. I was getting tired. There was another program on, I don't know what it's called, When the Good Wife Ended.
On the same channel?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what it was about. It was set in the 60s. It was set in the 1960s. I don't know any of the actors. I know some of the actors in The Good Wife.
Did you watch the whole Good Wife? The whole
I kind of
entire-
dozed. Well, it was on the whole time. I mean, it was on from start to finish, but I was dozing. But I remember the actors, and they had some scene about a stripper. In the other program, I don't know the actors. It's set in the 60s, like I said. And all I remember is that there was a woman talking about how that some women look down on women who have before marriage, but she doesn't. And I kind of fell asleep. I remember rolling off the couch into the bedroom around 11:15. Said goodnight to my mom.
So you go to bed at 10:45.
Thereabouts. I mean, that's a guess. I'm not, you know.
Right. But you leave your mom, she's still watching TV.
I think so.
Where was
Yes.
you watching TV? What room were you guys watching?
There's a living room. There are 2 couches. So you're the television. I'm lying on the couch that goes like this. She and the dog are lying on the couch that go like this.
The one that's got the towel, the blanket, or the towel on.
I have no idea. There's a red thing. It could be in either one.
Yeah.
But it could be in either one. I have no idea which one it's on.
All right, so again, you go to bed, and your mom's on the couch with the dog.
I hear, I think fairly early in the evening. Not.
Well, let me ask you this real
Yeah,
quick.
sure.
When you get home, you're driving.
Home at 9:20.
Right, you get home at 9:20. Do you park the car in the garage? Or
No, not yet.
All right, how does the car get in the garage?
I presume that my mother brings it.
So did you go in the garage any other time then until you found your mother?
What do you mean?
Were you in the garage from any time from when you guys came home at 9:20 to when you found her this morning? Had you gone back to the garage or anything?
Other than when you found her?
I'm thinking. We had a thing of tomato paste that she wanted me to throw out. There's a when you go into the garage, here's my mom's car, here's the other car. On the left, there's a bin of recyclables. Okay. I threw out tomato paste. To the best of my knowledge, that's the only time I was in the garage.
When was that? About what time? Like
9:30, maybe when the good wife begins. Maybe
before dinner then? Or?
no, after the
Was that cleared up before the show?
at the beginning of the show. I don't know.
And at that point, was the car in the garage or was the car in the driveway?
I believe that the car was in the garage. She may have brought it. Oh, so I'll tell you when it was, I guess. If she took Nikki out at 9:30, then when she brought Nikki back in, she probably pulled the car into the garage. That's my guess.
Okay, but when you put the tomato paste
The car was there.
in the recyclables
The car was there.
and the garage door was closed.
And always. I mean, at night, always.
And this would have been 9:30?
9:45, 9:30 now.
As Thomas now recounts his version of that day, detectives listen closely, hoping to understand how such a horrifying scene came to be. Investigators would later note that while a single jugular wound could have been fatal, Ina suffered multiple stab wounds, and her body was found in a large pool of blood in the garage with signs of excessive violence that pointed to intense rage or vindictiveness.
My mom gets up a lot at night. She doesn't make a lot of noise. I occasionally hear her puttering around. I believe I heard her puttering last night, but not at the beginning of the night. Like I don't know. Let's say midnight. Could be earlier, 11:30. Could be 11. And I had set my cell phone alarm for 3:45 a.m. She was also supposed to set hers and wake me up.
Or you use your iPhone or
iPhone.
for your alarm?
iPhone.
Where's your iPhone?
I have no idea. It's in the house somewhere. I mean, it's in the bedroom. I may have had it. I don't know where it is. I don't know.
So you put the tomato paste can in the recyclables.
Yeah, 9:45, 9:30.
Okay, so you set your iPhone alarm for 3:45.
Got up at 3:45 and promptly fell back to sleep.
Okay, when you said you got up, did you actually get out of bed, or you just wake up, smack the alarm, and go back to sleep?
I did.
Gotcha. Okay.
Counted on my mom. We were going to leave the house at approximately 4:30 because my flight is at 6:45 and we wanted to be there at 5:30. It's about an hour from there to the Tampa area.
I'm sorry, your alarm was set for
3:45. 3:45. I woke up, and again, now I can't give you the exact time because you will be able to check it against when I called 911. I got up between 5 and 10 minutes before I called 911, whenever that was. Let's say that is 5:30. It could be earlier. I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if it's 5:30, that means I got up at 5:20 or 5:25.
Would you say 10 minutes before 9?
5 to 10 minutes before.
5 to 10 minutes.
And I'm saying, I said, my goodness, it's late, and we're gonna have to rush to the airport. And I walk through the house, and I'm looking for my mom, and I don't see her, and I'm not concerned. And I see the dog, Nikki, in the garage. And I go to get Nikki, and Nikki is not. Excuse me, I'm going to touch you for a second. Nikki is not touching my mother like this. Nikki's like this, and he is licking up, I guess, blood.
Let's just, when you wake up, what are you wearing? Do you get dressed?
I put on my jeans. I was wearing underwear, the regular white jockey underwear, not the shorts kind, not the not the stuff that goes under here or here. And
So you put on your jeans. You
I put on my
shoes.
jeans. Put on my shoes.
Those casual brown shoes.
I put on socks and shoes. Shoes, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry to have to ask you such specific
Okay,
questions.
I would. I don't know.
But I
mean,
can tell you're getting upset with this.
I'm not upset.
All right, well, I don't want you to
I'm
get
upset about something else altogether. I'm not upset, sir.
because we're all on the same side
I
here.
know
We're
that.
trying.
I'm not upset.
All right, so you wake up. Now you're late. So you put on your jeans, your socks and shoes.
Believe so, yes. And I see the dog, and then I see my mom.
No. So you wake up, and then what do you start looking for your mom? Where'd you go first? Did you go in a bedroom?
Yeah, sure. But come out of, I don't know whether you know which room I'm in. There's a room with 2 double beds.
Is that the one you're in?
That's the one I'm in.
Did you make the bed when you woke up?
No. There is, you come out of that room, you walk past some chairs, which are like kitchen stool chairs. And you take a turn, or kind of a right turn, and then a left turn that takes you to my mom's bedroom. So it's my mom's bedroom. She wasn't there, and in the bathroom. Then I took a look in case she was in the living room. I just walked past it. And then I looked at the bedroom where my suit is and my shirt. And I said, Jesus Christ, I better get dressed in a hurry. And then I looked down the hall and I saw Nikki, the hall where on the left there's a washer and a dryer. I saw Nikki the dog.
In the garage.
Nikki the dog was in the garage.
As the interrogation unfolds, Thomas appears focused on the horror of the scene itself, repeatedly returning to its most disturbing details. But to the detectives, these details begin to feel like a diversion. Calm and deliberate, they steer the conversation back to simple, ordinary questions. It's a calculated shift, because the investigators are now preparing to introduce evidence that will reshape the entire case.
Is there any lights on? Because now it's like 5, so let's say 5:30.
Yeah, but I don't know what the lights are, sir.
No, but
I
when
don't-
you were walking around looking for your mom, were the lights on? And turning
There's some
on the
lights on. Yeah, of course. I don't know which lights are on and which lights are off. I have no idea.
Well, it's pretty important. Because, whoever came in there could have turned lights on. Or,
Okay, you're a detective. You think about these things.
right, and that's why I'm asking you to think. You have a graduate degree, you're a smart guy.
You're being nice.
Did you use the restroom when you got up?
Probably. I definitely used it at night.
Which restroom were you using? There's 3.
I've used all 3. During the night, I tend to use only the restroom that's near the bedroom I'm in. But I've used the one in my mom's room, and I've used the one in the when you walk through the garage and you go out to the left. There's a restroom there. I've used that as well.
Which one? You said you think you may have used the restroom when you got up, when you went looking for your mom.
The one that would be immediately near me.
Okay. Do you remember doing that, or?
No. I mean, it's not the kind of thing you tend to think about.
Right. I don't mark it on my calendar either. I'm just wondering if you remember.
I know at my age, I have to get up during the night. Me and you are the same age.
I got up during the night.
It's not funny.
No.
Is it loud? No, it's not.
Yes.
She's laughing.
No, just
I have one.
just you wait. Your time will come.
You have to put it on your calendar.
Glasses too.
Oh, well, I need them. I don't wear them, but I need them.
Just for close.
For reading.
All right, so let's just nail down this thing with the door. I have a concern about that because it's the way you said the dog was licking the blood, and you wouldn't have been able to see that. So
And I don't.
but we need to explain all these things.
Did you-
John,
the
John,
screen doors
I don't
spring.
know. I don't know. I remember. What I remember is seeing Nikki. And Nikki was outside and Nikki was licking the blood.
Now, when you
Maybe
saw,
he made noise and I went up. I don't. It's not it's not the kind of thing that you think about.
now when you were coming back down the
I have
hallway,
no idea.
when you were coming back down the hallway,
Bring me back that one.
when did you see Nikki in the garage? When you were going to the bedroom or coming out of the bedroom?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you said you'd gone through. Your mom wasn't in the room, so then you went to the back. You went to the old study to go put your clothes on because you were thinking you were going to be late, right?
I was late.
Right. So had you made it into the bedroom yet, or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. But either before or after you saw Nikki
Sorry?
either before or after you got to the bedroom, you saw Nikki down that hallway when you passed by. Is that correct?
Either before or after. Sure, it's one or the other. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, now did you go into the garage when you saw Nikki?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's when you see your mom.
I saw my mom. I saw her want to puke.
Did you puke?
No.
Are you sure? Because there's some vomit in the car.
I did
But
not.
in the car, than inside the car.
I did not puke. No.
Did your mom vomit at any time, like on any of your trips yesterday?
Not that I saw.
You would have seen it,
No.
right?
So
You
the
were
answer is no. So the answer is no.
All right, so you see your mom. And
So there's vomit in the car?
so the first thing you see,
There's vomit in the car.
yes, sir.
At this moment, the carefully held narrative begins to fracture. Toxicology would later reveal that Ina had Ambien and Benadryl in her system, showing evidence that she had been drugged before her throat was slashed multiple times, explaining the vomit found inside her car. And that raises the question investigators were closing in on next. Who was behind it?
When you see your mom, what do you do? This is very important. What do you do? Because we have to explain physical
After
evidence.
I take a, after I want to puke. I go and I pick up the phone from the kitchen,
So you leave your mom, you go back into the kitchen.
pick up the phone,
This is the house phone.
the house phone.
Okay.
And I pick up towels from the bathroom where I take a shower, which is the one near the bedroom, and the bathroom where it is near the room where I had the suit and tie.
Let me ask you this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but you didn't go and check on her and see what happened? Because I would assume there's no light in the garage. But the light probably wasn't on.
I have no idea what light was on or not.
Right, but, I mean, so you actually
I don't-
seen her enough to get towels to clean
I
up the
was
blood?
there. I was there.
See, but she was underneath the car, kind of, and that's why
I
I'm
removed.
curious.
There was not.
See, that's why I said
I
this is
was-
very
I removed-
important, Tom.
There was a shoe rack. A metal, thin metal shoe rack.
Right.
And her head was between the two pieces of the metal shoe rack. I removed the shoe rack. And if you're asking me whether that happened before I got the towels and the phone for 911 or after, I have no idea.
Okay, where was the shoe rack at originally?
Well, first,
Where does it normally live?
I think exactly where she was. That is, if you walk into the garage from the door, and the car is here and the visiting car is there, it's over there on the left.
Okay, it's not in front of the Honda, it's over on the side.
I don't know.
Okay, if you come
Remember, I don't live there.
well, I understand that. If you come in from the garage door, the roll-up door.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you walk in where the Honda sits. Okay. Say the Honda wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you walk in there where the Honda sits. Is that shoe rack on the same wall as the door, or or the next wall over. Yeah, the door into the house.
First, I don't know where the shoe rack is. I think that the shoe rack is not on the wall facing the garage door, although it could be. I
Look
think
at it this way. When you drove in to the garage, did you have to worry about hitting that?
no, I have to worry about hitting the other car. I have to worry about making sure there's enough space on the right to make sure I don't go too far forward. I have to make sure that I'm in deep enough.
Right. Do you think it was against the sidewall or against the front?
John, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, but let's get back to when you first seen her, okay? Exactly what you did. Did you go down and check her? Because I got to tell you, what you told me, all right, was that they told you to take the knife out of her.
no, I don't think she said that. Maybe if I said that, I don't
Well, you
know.
said.
I said, okay, I took it out.
Okay,
She said, no, I don't know. She said, put the 911 operator, and every time the 911 said, put your hand on her forehead and lift her head back like that.
Right, but let's go back to the knife when we're on the knife.
Where was
Okay.
the
Where was the knife when you first seen it?
In her throat.
Okay, and why did you take it out? Or did you take it out?
I most certainly did.
Okay.
I don't know, because it was disgusting. Because she put the head back, and there it was.
So,
It's
okay,
my mother.
I know, sir. All right, and I'm sorry we have to go through this, but it's very important because there's physical evidence that doesn't match what you're telling us, and we
You
got to
say so, but-
reconcile it.
Okay, well, look.
All right, well, you know what reconcile means, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I do, but I think you're looking for something that isn't there.
Well, first of all, what we got to say is we're looking for the truth, okay? And you're helping us try to find the truth, all right? So that's why it's important. When you first
It's
seen
impossible,
your
John.
mother,
It's an impossible question. I don't know. All I remember is seeing her head between two pieces of the metal thing and removing the metal thing. And I remember taking the knife out, and I believe, and if I said this, I apologize. I don't think I said it. But I don't think it was because the 911 operators had taken the knife out. I don't recall that at all. I believe I took it out when her head was back and her chin was up.
What unfolds no longer feels like a simple recollection, but a sequence delivered with careful precision. And while more gruesome revelations still lie ahead, detectives have already begun assembling a growing suspicion that this account may not be telling the whole truth.
all right, let's go back to the towels. So you seen her, and then you went to the kitchen and retrieved the knife.
Kitchen, no.
Well, you said you went and got the phone from the kitchen.
For the kitchen, for the
And then
phone.
you said you went and got the towels from your bathroom.
2 bathrooms.
Okay, 2 bathrooms. All right, now, what predisposed you to go and get towels?
Because it was blood everywhere.
All right, so when you walked in, that's what I'm getting at, is you seen your mom laying there and there was blood everywhere.
Where'd you get the towels from? Were they hanging on the towel racks, or were they in a closet?
Towel racks.
Towel racks. Okay.
Well, actually, my bathroom, they were draped over the shower.
You want another cup of coffee, Tom?
No,
Are you sure you want some water?
I'm fine, John.
All right, I'm sorry we have to get so specific here, but what we're trying to do is just we just need the sequence of what happened.
I'm doing my best.
And you are. You're doing very well.
Right, this
You
is
were
very
the
traumatic.
first one there. So
I
this
was
is
the only one.
right. Which is the point. That's why we need to know as much as you can possibly remember. Okay? So you came into the garage.
I tell you again, in no order.
Let's try to get an order, okay? You came into the
Order.
garage. You seen your mom.
I see Nikki and my mom.
Okay.
I don't believe that I believe I went straight to get towels and the phone.
Okay. Did you touch your mom first, or no? You just walked in there and saw her
I
and
don't
then came back out?
I don't recall. I have no idea. No idea.
Okay.
I come up to my mom. Now I have the phone. There are towels. I throw them down. I see that her head is. I'm about the following. I'm very certain. I think I'm very certain. Certain about anything. But I take her head was kind of trapped between the 2 wires.
On one of the shelves.
The little shoe thing.
Yes.
I'm calling 911. I don't know whether I moved her head first or call 911 first. I get a very quick response. I say, I think my mother is dead. You can listen to the tapes. You know what was said. You know better than I. You will know better than I. And she is telling me to check for breathing. She says, put your hand on her forehead, put her head something, and see if she's breathing.
Did you do that?
Yeah, except it was, and I see this knife in her throat. So I remove the knife. And then I said, look, she's not breathing.
You remember what you did with it?
Absolutely no idea. No idea. It's there. I mean,
your fingerprints are going to be on the knife.
Absolutely. Where was I?
You're
Putting
putting
her
the
head
knife.
back.
And she said, and she said, she said, something, is she breathing? Or I said, she's not breathing. I said, she's dead. She goes, well, you need to give her 600, not percussion, compressions. I said, okay. I give 2, and I hear her breast.
What'd you do with the phone? When you do it?
Somewhere, my mom is lying basically like this. I don't know what angle. I'm here. I'm kind of pressing like that. There's some place up to my left to put the phone, and it's not standing up. I think it's lying down, but it's on something to my left. Here's the front of the car. Can I draw this? This is a bad drawing. It's nothing to scale. Here's the car. Here are the tires. My mom is something like this.
Just put her.
I'm basically
circle
here.
where her head is.
Her head is here. Okay. This is my head. And over here, there's something to put the cell phone on. Not the cell phone, the phone. Because she says to me, over here, and she says to me,
show me where that wire rack is. Now, what did you do? Because that was over her. Did you pick it up?
I don't make I'm sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Did you pull her out from underneath the car to do the compression?
No, she was not underneath the car.
Did you move her back underneath the car when you were done? Or?
No, I don't believe so. I mean,
well, that's the better question is, do you remember moving her?
I don't. I don't believe that I did.
What did you do with the towels?
They were there. I don't. They were just.
Did you start like?
No. But it was all blood. It was all blood everywhere. And then I put my leg down, and it was full of blood where my leg was. When I'm going like this, and there's blood underneath her neck, and blood over there to my left. To my left, there's blood. So there's blood where my knee is here. This is me. Yes.
Yeah.
My knee is here. There's blood. There's blood over here, and there's blood all over here. This is blood.
And you put the towels on top of the blood, correct?
Well, initially I was going to put them on my mom, but it was. Then she said, "No, you got to give her the percussion." So anyway, I counted up to 240, and it was ridiculous. She was just dead.
How did you know you broke her breast?
I heard it. I mean, the autopsy will tell you guys. I heard it. I'd be very. This is really morbid. I'd like to know that, but I'm sure I did that.
But you heard it correct?
I believe I did, sir.
The tone in the room begins to change as detectives narrow their focus, shifting away from generalities to precise, pointed questions. With each question, a new pattern starts to form, and the interrogation moves into dangerous territory. But just beyond these answers, Thomas is preparing to introduce a theory that is about to redefine what happened inside that garage.
You asked me earlier today, early in the morning, what could it be to think? And I don't know, obviously. The only thing I can think of, and I'm not suggesting this because I have no idea, my mom has nothing valuable in the house, with the exception, I would have been happy to put it out to you, or when we get back to the house, if the house is, we can walk through it, one painting, which she's told me is worth a lot of money. But not millions, tens of thousands.
Well, while you're on the subject, though, your mother's worth, you said, $5 to $6 million?
No, I think less. I think $4 to $5 million. She gives us updates all the time. She sent an update yesterday, both to my sister Ellen and to me. Ellen opened it. I didn't open it, but what she does is every couple of months she likes to do. She's very methodical because she moved money, apparently different CDs and whatnot, and I don't know. I am you asked me if I'm the executor, and I don't believe I'm the executor. I am the trustee, along with a distant cousin of the proceeds of her will, and I am a beneficiary. And I've never seen the will. To the best of my knowledge, based on what she's told me, it has 4 components. I get a certain sum of money. My sister Ellen, who you met, gets a certain sum of money. And I can be foggy about the next 2 because I've never seen it. On behalf of my sister Abby, who's flying in, I am supposed to manage that money for her and make sure she doesn't make a mess of it. And on behalf of my sister Sarah, who's schizophrenic, the 3 of us, from our proceeds, are supposed to always leave enough that we're always taking care of.
Okay. You told me earlier that she had she was a great woman, absolutely. She was a little off because her husband passed away about a year and a half ago.
My mom,
My
my mom, like everybody, has pros and cons. My mom, for this is irrelevant because you guys are detectives on that, but this was murder if I ever saw it.
There's no way she could have committed.
She could have, but not last night. That's just impossible. I saw the blood. She was, but not daily. She frequently talked about going to the top of the Skyway Bridge. She mentioned that apparently a motorcyclist a couple months ago went to the, you guys familiar with that? You heard about that? You were there, that's your case. And I said, this is so morbid. And I said, I was making a joke. I like to make jokes, especially when things are black. And I said, did they ever find the body? And she goes, no, she doesn't think so. I said, aha, this is why you can't jump. Because when you die, you made it very clear. And this also could be in the will. I don't know. I've never seen it. You made it very clear that you want your body to be cremated like Dad. And then for us to take the urns with both of your ashes and to take it up to Boston where you were both raised and to take both sets of ashes and pour it into the ocean. And therefore, I'm making this black joke. If you jump off the Skyway Bridge and we don't find your body, we can't cremate you. Therefore, you can't be dumped into the ocean. Ha, 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 ha. She talked a great deal on Friday. She said something effective that she doesn't want any further part of this world, but that has nothing to do with what happened last night.
It'd be highly unusual for her to stab herself in her neck.
No way. No way. One of the policemen before you arrived asked me if I thought it was self-inflicted, and I don't know whether this is a question that a policeman is required to ask. Again, if he's required, please forgive me. I thought it was the stupidest question I've ever heard.
While we're talking about the knife, can you describe where it was on her neck, and whether it was like straight up and down or on an angle, or like which way the blade was?
No, I just know that there were several, and the blade was in. I don't know what angle.
Like how was it? Like did you?
I don't.
Like, was it hard to get out, or?
I don't recall it being hard to get out. I just remember pulling it straight out.
Okay, you just went like this, pull it straight out. When you had to go like that?
Not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know. You guys did the forensics. I don't know. I just remember taking it out.
Right, but Tom, you just went like this.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cutting out. Did you do any more damage maybe when you?
I hope not. I certainly hope not.
Is it possible?
Unlikely, but possible, but unlikely. I don't think so. I may have used my left hand. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest. I'm 57. I don't think I did it. Who knows? It was a mess.
Are you right or left hand?
Right hand.
So you would have to reach across, you probably took it out with your right hand, or
I don't recall, sir. I don't know. Any guess is good. Not the kind of thing I remember.
right. So you didn't hear any banging, did the doorbell ring? Did
Nothing,
the
and not,
door
and
slam?
not, and not,
garage door go up
and
down?
not Nikki.
No,
And
the
Nikki,
dog didn't
let me
bark?
explain. So let me tell you, Nikki is a friendly dog. He doesn't have a crazy bark like a police dog, but he has an affectionate bark. No, I did not hear that.
Would Nikki normally bark when somebody came to the door?
Yeah.
Somebody knocks?
Yeah. Oh, the doorbell rings.
Okay,
You
what
know.
if somebody comes in, the dog bark?
The careful listening gives way to resolve as detectives prepare to lay their cards on the table. A direct claim is about to be placed in front of Thomas, grounded in evidence rather than words. And once it's said aloud, there will be no room left to talk around it.
You have to realize, from our standpoint, and I'm sure you watch, CSI, Law and Order. Everybody looks at that stuff now, okay? And you got to understand that we have to eliminate all the possible suspects so we can move on to other things, okay? But at this point, I'm going to say, that you're possibly a suspect, and you have to look at that in a rational manner. You're an intelligent guy.
I do. I just don't particularly appreciate the thought, but I understand.
I understand that, and I know.
But you have to understand why, though. Do you understand why?
Because I
know it's
am the
distasteful.
person in the house.
Right. You're the only person that we know of, for sure, that was in the house, right? It was you, your mom, the dog, right?
The dog
Okay.
definitely.
We know the dog didn't do it because he doesn't have any thumbs, right? So no opposable thumbs, which means the dog didn't do it.
That means that rules out monkeys too.
No, actually, some monkeys have opposable thumbs. We're not gonna get into the discussion of grade apes versus
You guys are a lot
monkeys.
smarter than me.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Is that we know you were in the house and you have opposable thumbs, which makes you are in the suspect pool like anybody else. Okay, the dog didn't do it, like we said, no thumbs,
I understand.
and we don't think your mom did it.
Actually, no.
Okay,
Well, unless
No way. No, then she would have gone off the bridge.
okay.
Like she said 10 or 12 times.
another discrepancy we have is the neighbor across the street said they seen you in the garage after 11 o'clock with the car running, and you in the car.
11 o'clock seems late. Doesn't make any sense because I believe I went to bed at 11:15.
Okay, but even 10:30 would be late because you said originally that after going in from the movie, you got the
We were home at 9:20.
Right, that you never went even back in the garage.
After throwing out the tomato paste, I don't recall going back.
Which you thought was before the show started and sometime around when your mom took the dog out, which was 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
She's saying that she's seen you in the garage
It's
with the car running. Let's split hairs. Let's say it was 10:30, 11:45. Is that possible?
I'm trying to think of why that would be. Why before I go to bed? Because this has to be right when I'm going to bed. Why would I be out in the garage with the car running? And I can't think of it. I'm not certain that that's the case.
There's no way that and the garage door was open, and you shut the garage door. Your neighbor next door at about 4:30.
Sign.
Well, when you're looking at your mom's house, right, standing there looking at it to the left, he said about 4:30, he heard the garage door open, and then he heard some banging doors and stuff. The banging doors were closer to 5:30. And I guess, did you see him this morning? Or?
Yeah, I saw him. I was very pleased to see him because I thought that he was still in New Orleans. I said, "What are you doing home?" He said he got home at 4:30. I said, "This is great. Please go straight to a policeman and report what you saw."
Because he said that, he said twice, my mom's been murdered, and I didn't do it.
That may be. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Okay, but you didn't tell us that you seen him. But it concerns us that the garage door.
I saw Cy around 9 in the morning, 9 o'clock this morning, when he emerged from his house.
He said, I think he's saying this in the morning,
At 4:30?
5:30.
What happened at 5:30, be precise? Someone's on their knees by my mom. She's at an angle. The car is here. My mother is here. There's something over here. Is it empty?
Yes, mostly.
Excuse me. There's something over here. This is not relevant. There's something over here that I can put the phone on.
Okay.
And I am giving 240 or 250 compressions to my mom and saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the phone is there.
The shoe rack was here. Okay.
Okay.
You couldn't have kneeled next to your mother because the shoe rack was in the way.
But I did. And I was giving compressions.
The towels you brought out
Yeah.
were on top of the shoe rack, which means the shoe rack was already in the position that it was when you put the towels on top.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
That means that what you're telling me about giving compressions and being kneeling next to her
Yeah.
after you move the shoe rack
Yeah. After I
doesn't
moved
make
the
any sense.
I don't. Then I'd like to see it.
Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
I think you're wrong, sir.
Mhm.
I think you're wrong.
Because the shoe rack is all laying over on its side.
I remember total chaos.
Okay, and the towels are on top of the shoe rack.
That could be. I think that you're making a wrong conclusion.
Okay.
I would like to see it.
Okay.
And I say that with all respect. You're saying I couldn't give compressions?
I'm saying that the way you describe it, it would be very difficult because there was things in the way, so you couldn't kneel next to her.
But I was
She's
next
also
to her.
partially under the car.
But I was next to her.
Let me ask you this. This is a stupid question. But if you did kill your mother, would you admit it? If you did. If you did kill your mother, would you admit it?
I can't imagine doing it.
I said it was a stupid question.
I can't imagine admitting it.
But if you did do it, would you admit it?
You're painting me. I don't know where this is going, but it's not good. But I'll answer your question. I don't even know why you asked that question. The only reason why anybody, myself included, would admit to doing something if there is an explanation which legitimizes it. I had no reason. I have no reason to hurt my mom.
Yes, there was a reason. According to his sister, Ellen Girth, Thomas was drowning in debt, owing his parents nearly $668,000, and facing the very real possibility of being cut off financially. In the aftermath of her murder, Thomas initially claimed an intruder was responsible, but investigators would later allege a far darker explanation, that he drugged his mother, attempted to stage her death as a carbon monoxide in her car, and when that plan failed, turned to the knife. This leads us with a sad yet haunting question. How deep does greed have to run for a son to see his own mother not as family, but as an obstacle to his fortune? For 7 long years, justice was delayed as Thomas Gross fought extradition from Israel. Finally, in a Florida courtroom in May 2022, he was found guilty of the first-degree premeditated murder of his own mother and sentenced to life without parole.